All right, be honest. Would you hire you based off of your portfolio? Let's find out.
What's good, guys? So I have yet another portfolio review here, and I just wanted to show some of the things that people are doing out here. Some of them good, some of them y'all need to get that shit out of here. We're gonna start with my boy Yuan here. So we're gonna do our little refresh here. So we start out with some intro animations. I liked it, it's nice. One thing I wanted to point out is that he is using a Wix site. Nothing wrong with using Wix. It's site builders are awesome because you don't have to spend so much time actually building your portfolio. You can focus more on the projects. So I think I'd say it's good there. The bad part here is that one, he's not using a custom domain. I'm not going to say it hurts you, but it definitely helps because it helps to have your own domain just because it looks more professional and it just shows that you're not super junior. When you have some random site, it just doesn't, it says I'm fresh out of college and it says computer engineer here. We don't know his skill set or anything. So Florida International, majoring in computer engineering, passionate about cloud technology. So he's got a good bio. That's awesome. Nice picture. I love that. The other thing is, I know because for Wix, they offer you to host your website free with their branding. With the Wix branding, it also is another thing, kind of is a ding, but it's not a super bad thing. I think the domain name is really what kills it for me. One reason why you want to have your own custom domain name is because when people search your name, it's way easier to find you. I've had recruiters find me simply through Google just because I really put in the SEO on my portfolio. That could help, but yeah, like I said, so far, those are my only two gripes here is the Wix branding and the no custom domain. We have a nice looking nav bar. I like the whole logo thing, the green Y. It's a little bit small, but it's not bad. I would make this a little bit brighter as far as the hover. Make it like a brighter white, maybe just slightly. Not too much, but this is me being nitpicky. So he's got a download resume link. That's good. I like the whole parallax he's got going on for the background. That's awesome. Now here's another junior move right here. Every time you see a meter or a percentage to quantify your skills, that's a junior move. Never quantify your skills. You want to list your skills that you have, no matter if you're super beginner or you've been doing it for years. Just list your skills, maybe display some cool graphics to keep the person entertained. Remember, these are recruiters. They're not technical people. They hardly know what any of this stuff means. They're going to look at this entire portfolio in a span of a minute to 3 minutes tops. After that 3 minutes, if you haven't impressed them within that time, then they're gone because they don't know what any of this stuff means. So don't quantify your skills because then they can say, oh, they're a junior or they're a senior. You don't want to do that. That's a game you don't want to play because a lot of recruiters, when they don't know what any of this stuff means, which is majority of them, they're looking for keywords and then they're judging you by how many years of experience you have. So you could be the greatest coder in the world or the greatest tech geek in the world, and if they don't see any years of experience, they're just going to assume you're junior just because they don't know. All right, so he put the certificates here. I like that. Database, SQL, and for data science with Python. That's awesome. So it shows you've done some work with IBM training, and then you're working on your AWS CCP. CPP, my bad. I can't talk today. Yeah, they got a nice little background. I like how it's like it starts up here and it cuts in down here. I like it. And then it continues down here. I like that. And then we've got a timeline here. So he's got some projects here. Data-driven football insights, implemented Monte Carlo simulations in Python. This one I remember was from the resume. All right, serverless ETL pipeline, AWS Snowflake. I like this one. This is a good one to have. Having anything with AWS, you're automatically in there, and you're talking about what specific things that you used in AWS. So you have the Snowflake, IAM roles. This is good. Better care, a data pipeline for optimal fish keeping, water conditions. All right, so I would have these are pretty good. The only thing is they're AWS heavy, a lot of Python heavy. What I would I don't know if you're planning on going into data science. Try to specialize in whatever area that you want to go in. So if you want to go into data science, lean into the pandas libraries, the NumPy libraries, do some things with Power BI and Tableau. Those are going to help you out if you're planning to go the data science route. But then again, I just don't know. That's another thing I think you should do. You should specify what exact role you're going for or what types of roles you're going for. But this does seem very data science heavy, so I'm going to assume that's what you're going for. I like that you put some pictures here, so it gives them some visual, because like I said before, these recruiters, they don't know anything about anything going on here. Then we have address, phone number, email, social sign-on, everything's good. And then once again, footer here has Wix branding on it. It's not a deal breaker for me, but if I'm a recruiter, I see all this, I'm automatically going to assume you're junior. And that may be the case, but you don't want to always let them know that, because they may automatically disqualify you for roles that you may be able to do. Or they may try to undercut you on salary. All in all, I'd say it's a good portfolio. I would like to see some more projects here. That's the only other thing I'd say. I'd like to see some more projects here, and try to see if you can get anything interactive. I know I do a lot of web work, so I put websites and I put my HTML emails on. You don't have to go that route, but if you have something else that they can interact with, click on and play with, just give them something that they can hang on to. Other than that, I'd say you're pretty good. I don't see anything heinous, like mortal sin. This is the only thing I would change, this skill section. Just list your skills, maybe put some icons here instead of the bars. Never try to quantify your skills like that. That's a clear junior move right here. And you might be able to get away with the Wix branding, and you might be able to get away with the no custom domain. But if you really want to bring yourself to the next level, get that custom domain and get the Wix branding off. But definitely get rid of this. Get this bullshit out of here. Everything else is you're golden, man. All right, guys. So this is just me sending a reminder to you guys that if you want your portfolio or resume reviewed, you can follow me here on Instagram. Just send me a DM. Just follow me here and I'll review your resume or portfolio, and I'll give you the same tips and tricks that I used that got me calls back from big companies like Amazon and Google. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.